actress, singer, and dancer Nia Peeples was born to entertain, literally, right in the Mecca, Hollywood, California. She's made the most of the versatility afforded by her exotic beauty and contrasting girl-next-door wholesomeness and racked up an impressive number of credits throughout her decades-long career. She was born Verinia Gwendolyn Peeples on December 10, 1961, in the movie capital of the world, and raised in West Covina, California. Her ethnic makeup is a mix of many: French, Filipino, German, and Spanish on her mother's side, and Scottish, English, Irish, and Native American on her father's side. After noticing how sensitive and shy their daughter was, Nia's parents decided to push her into the arts. Before pursuing an acting career, she was also a featured member of the Young Americans performance group. They frequently guested with Liberace, and Nia earned an early TV credit in this capacity, performing on the famed pianist's 1980 TV holiday special. After guest roles on series including Hardcastle and McCormick, T.J. Hooker, and Tales of the Gold Monkey, as well as a recurring role on soap opera General Hospital, she shot to fame in 1984 on Fame, the popular musical drama TV series.
How did you get the role?
I auditioned with 9,000 other people. I mean, they auditioned people in New York, in Chicago, in Miami, and in LA. Mm-hmm. And I'm a firm believer that things really fall in line when they're supposed to. If you take charge of what you can take charge of, which is basically your talent, your skill,
right,
and you just keep plugging away, things
mm-hmm.
fall into line. And it was just time for me to get something like that. And Fame was the perfect place for me. I've been involved with music and with dance. And I don't think I got the role because I was better than everybody else. No way. There are better people everywhere. It's a matter of fitting in with the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was just there, and I had worked hard enough to be up to par where I should have been then, mm-hmm. and it worked.
Nia would also get married around this time to actor Guy Ecker. The union wouldn't last long, though, as they'd split just 2 years later. For nearly 3 seasons on Fame, Nia auspiciously showcased her vocal and dance talents, as well as her acting skills, through her portrayal of sensitive but strong-willed performing arts student Nicole Chapman. Beautiful and brainy, but down-to-earth and kind, her likable characterization of the high school girl and impressive performance in the musical numbers that frequently punctuated the drama series won the esteem of viewers. By 1987, Nia felt it was time to move on. She then made her film debut that year in the cult classic surf drama North Shore. Charming and well-spoken, she was drafted to host the American arm of the iconic UK music show Top of the Pops. Her impressive presenting skills were later put to use as the host of MTV's weekly Friday Night Street Party, before Arsenio Hall chose her for The Party Machine with Nia Peeples, a weeknight dance music program he executive produced. Music again took center stage in Nia's career in 1988, with the release of her debut album, Nothing But Trouble. The single Trouble became a top 40 hit, coming in at number 35 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 1 on the Dance Club Songs chart. She gave marriage another try in 1989 when she wed Shalimar member Howard Hewitt. The couple had one son together, Christopher. Sadly, Nia's second marriage would end the same way as her first, when the couple divorced in 1993. Nia's self-titled second album dropped in 1991. While it didn't do as well as her debut, she did secure another hit with Street of Dreams, which made it to number 12 on the Hot 100. She's been fortunate to have landed an abundance of roles, even though many of her series commitments have been short-lived. In 1995, she had a regular role as a driven and dedicated public defender on CBS's Courthouse, which suffered an early demise, just as the same network's medical drama, Crisis Center, 2 years later. Throughout the late 80s and early 90s, she stayed busy and in the public eye with frequent TV movie appearances and guest starring series roles in projects including Swimsuit, Nasty Boys, Return to Lonesome Dove, and Mr. Stitch. In 1997, Nia married actor, director, producer, and writer Lauro Davis Chartrand del Valle. They would go on to have one daughter named Sienna before splitting in 2004. Nia returned to regular series work in 1999, joining the cast of the hit CBS drama Walker, Texas Ranger, playing Sidney Cook, a daring undercover officer skilled in martial arts. She'd play the role until 2001. While best known for her television work, she appeared in a handful of features since her debut in North Shore, including Deep Star 6, I Don't Buy Kisses Anymore, Improper Conduct, and Blues Brothers 2000. In the same year Nia divorced her third husband, she'd marry her fourth, professional surfer, writer, and director Sam George. Nia joined the cast of The Young and the Restless in 2007, playing the role of Karen Taylor. She remained on the soap opera until 2009. The following year, she was cast in ABC Family's TV series, Pretty Little Liars. It would be her longest TV role ever, lasting the duration of the run of the show from 2010 to 2017. Then, Nia took a lengthy sabbatical from her intense 30-plus year career. She spoke about what led her to the decision in a 2020 interview with the Social Club Live.
My youngest child went off to college a year early, and my fourth marriage broke up. And when I say fourth marriage, that I never had a marriage that was light. Marriage was not something that was light to me. It was everything to me. So it was 4 times that I fully committed and was all in, and discovered that it wasn't true to what my expectations were, and then moved on to the next one and the next one, always trying to create this thing out of truth. None of it was light and frivolous. And so when I came to that point, I realized that I couldn't, at that point where I could not make my marriage work. I couldn't work at it harder. I couldn't be truer. I couldn't be more honest. I couldn't be more dedicated. I couldn't be more loyal. And I still couldn't make it work. I couldn't make it happy. We were a high conflict couple. So all I could come to was that something inside me, in terms of my belief patterns, was off. Some belief I had was creating this. People weren't doing this to me. I co-created this somehow. And so when my youngest daughter went off to college, and the marriage was breaking up, I sat down on the beach and I went, okay, you're alone for the first time in almost your whole adult life. I mean, I had my son when I was 28 and I was married at 22. And this is the first time you've been alone. What do you want? Like, you don't have all these people to take care of. What do you want? And I couldn't answer the question, because for years that question was answered with lines like, well, Sienna needs this for cheerleading, or Christopher needs that. My son needs this. My husband needs that. The house needs that. Work needs this. I had no idea what my desires were, separate from filling the needs of other people. And I wept. I wept and I wept and I wept, because I knew that contained within the truest answer of what do I want was my soul's calling. And so all I knew at that moment was that somehow I had to turn that voice up. If I was going to be of the greatest service and show up in the truest form, I had to be able to hear that voice from inside. So I sold my house and I gave everything else away, and I just started wandering. And the only goal was to wander according to that voice. Whatever that voice, it didn't matter if it was a big call, like a big call to go to Europe or to Bosnia, or to do something simple, like add a certain ingredient into, like, oh, this sounds like fun. I'm going to add that in my soup today. I needed to practice following bits of information, of inspiration, no matter how big or small. And so that is what began the journey for me. And it has been astounding.
One project she did work on during her downtime was her children's book, The Little Apple Tree, an allegory that guides the reader into a deeper understanding of love, self-love, relationships, and the power of honoring your true and divine self and the divinity in others. In 2018, Nia set out traveling across multiple states to workshop the book with junior high and high school students and their parents, as well as some 5th graders. The impact was nothing less than profound. Since those workshops, the book has been adopted in several classrooms and a few different schools by teachers inspired to write new curriculum around it, perform school plays, and use it as a source for reading buddies with kindergartners. As her fans have noticed through her social media posts over the last decade, Nia's been battling a major issue with her right eye. She developed scar tissue on her cornea, causing her to lose vision on that side. On November 19, 2024, she posted an update on her healing journey, in which she reported that she'd had a surgical procedure several months prior in an effort to restore her vision that unfortunately didn't work. She continues, however, to maintain a positive attitude.
Now the question becomes, what is it that I'm learning through this? What is it that I'm coming to? How am I loving myself more in this? And it's been such an extraordinary experience. It has really turned me inward to meet with my own fears and my own fucking amazingness, my own beauty and my own strength and my own divine patterning, which I believe we all have. And it has really opened up my ability to hear that divine aspect of myself more. And I wouldn't trade anything for that at all. And so, I don't know why I'm crying right now. It's so extraordinary and outside of anything I would have imagined. And I could not have grown in the ways that I have without this amazing experience. And I just wanted to share that with you guys.
Currently, Nia's been hard at work on her memoir, Confessions of a Serial Monogamist, Journey of the Feminine Rising. The following is an excerpt she posted on her Instagram in January 2025.
So there, on the edge of paradise, in a tiny seaside community in the northernmost part of Malibu, I stopped trying. 8 months later, on August 31st, my wedding anniversary, I Can't became my 4th divorce. The next day, our beautiful beach home was on the market, and by the following day, it was sold. Now, with my daughter having taken off to college a year early to escape our madness, I was completely untethered. No house to care or pay for, enough cash in the bank to handle everything for a little while, no child at home for the first time in near 30 years. So I set out on a year-long journey of unraveling the mess. This is my story. It's a story of the year I spent traveling wherever my heart felt drawn in a quest to know my truth. It's a journey that took me from the beaches of Suva to the hills of Bosnia and Israel. It led me to mystics and scientists, healers and churches, and it brought me back to all the men I have loved. It's a journey that helped me identify the lies that I had come to believe and discover where my passions lie, who I really am, and most importantly, what true love is. These are my confessions, the confessions of a serial monogamist, and this is my journey of the feminine rising.